Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your girlfriend Trinilla here, and today we're going to be reacting to the 2025 Geoguessr World Cup final match. Now, I wasn't able to watch this live, so this is going to be my first time seeing these matches and how many games are played, and if we even get to see No Move Hand Zoom. So, without further ado, let's jump into this final match.
And the middle, of course, make some noise. And finally, all together as the Geoguessr community we are. Let me hear you roar! Introducing our first player to the stage, the unstoppable force of the Americas. He is our America's major champion. Welcome, Radu. God, how loud is it in here?
Insane, like actually.
Radu, you see the trophy in front of you. You could reach out and grab it, but what do you think your chances are of grabbing it over Debray?
I mean, I think my chances are as good as his. I think we're both going to play insane. This final is going to be amazing, all right?
Radu, as always, final words with you. Anything you'd like to say to this packed KB Haaland here in Copenhagen and to the fans at home?
I guess I'll do some more shout-outs, right? Shout out to Jamie and Danny and Kirsten and Bloom and Alicia, and yeah.
There we go, everybody. Our first grand finalist, Radu. Please feel free to head on over to your booth. Once again, give it up for Radu. And next, we introduce his opponent. This man is the unstoppable force of the EMEA. He is the reigning EMEA champion. Give it up for the Hungarian hope. He is De Bruyne. 'The bass in here has moved the trophy. Did you notice that?
I cannot hear a word that you're saying.
One simple question, Debray. Why will you become our Geoguessr 2025 World Champion?
Well, if I do, it will be because I played better. If I don't, it will be because I played worse.
Fair, fair. Debray, anything else that you would like to say to our arena and the fans at home?
Well, shout out to Petty, Johnny, my mom, my dad, Jim, my young papa, Mark, David, Evie Mama, and many more people. And also shout out to FJU once again.
It's a lot of shout outs. How about one final shout out to this man on stage? Give it up for De Bruyne.
286 days ago on November 17th, 2024, the first week of the Geoguessr World League begun. Since then, hundreds and hundreds of games and thousands of guesses has led to where we are today. We are about to witness Geoguessr history as we will crown a new world champion for the third time in a row. And Gelotris, we are watching Radu, we are watching Debray, the champions of EMEA and Americas respectively, about to duke it out for the top. Copenhagen, what better place to be than in the KB Hall right here, right now?
And Toby, the real journey has been even longer. These are both players that I've known ever since I've played the game. It's been 4 or 5 years and they have been around even longer. I've been always looking up to these, and seeing them here head to head in the finals 2025 is an amazing feeling for me.
Their journeys have been side by side. The trophy is in the center. Coming into this season, we looked at both of them going, when is it their turn? When is it Debra's turn to finally claim an EMEA trophy? When is it Radu's turn to finally do something in the Americas? They did both, and now they're sat here in front of the world to see, because Geoguessr, you might be an underdog in the esports sphere, but do not doubt that tonight the world is watching you. So for the community members that have been out here for years and years on and hoping for a day like today, we are making esports history here in Copenhagen. And oh my, Gelotus, are we in for a treat?
Couldn't have worded it any better, Toby.
You know what, guys? For one final time, make some noise!
Alright, looks like the round is about to start. And I think it'll be moving first, if I'm not mistaken, so let's see how it goes.
Toby, they did promise us a good match, and let's see where we are starting.
Radu has not lost a single game this entire World Championship, but if there's a guy to upset that Debra, could be the one. What pace are we going to see from these two players? We'll find out now as we get this first moving game going.
Yeah, let me get some insights about the round. It seems like we are in Uruguay. We have these trident poles, and the Black Google car is also a very good clue. A lot of dirt roads, greeneries as well. A country that isn't too big. RC is actually going back to spawn, seeing some information there. Has the department and some coastline as well, so I assume we are somewhere along the east coast using his compass.
We've seen Radu get off to really good starts in previous games. Debra has been doing so as well. Expect a 5K fiesta for the remainder of the day here. 10 seconds left to work with. Radu still looking up and down the coast.
That was actually a very impressive play by Radu, moving out, realizing he has to go back and gets more information than Debra, which is the coastline.
Yeah, Radu commits coastal. Debra more inside. It starts off the grand finals with a...
Looks like we almost got a 5K to start, which is a great start for the first round. We were in Uruguay.
9-9. What a beginning.
It's the final match. And being this calm and collected, to take your time, go back to spawn, which is kind of risky. Getting some extra information really helped them out there. Not many points, but a smart play.
Small country to bigger right away. What do we have here?
Like we are in India now. We have seen a couple rounds in India today, and we know how dangerous it can get. We are still on round 2. Things are still a bit slowly. And let's...
I think one of the things that I saw on Debra's side of the screen was the split pull, which I know is common in certain like regions or states of India. I think it can be in like Telangana, maybe Andhra Pradesh, but yeah, I think it'll be on... Yeah, I think it was a split poll, but I'm not sure what region exactly it was in, but I'm beginning to learn those India poll metas. So yeah, let's see where they guess and what other metas we can identify.
See what they are hunting for here. Stuff you want to see are, once again, polls. Those are your friends. If you want to make a region guess in a lot of countries. Besides that, you also want to maybe find a script that's specific to a certain region in India.
Them taking their good time here. Only 15 seconds left to work with. Debra initially spent time on the map, but now he's looking for extra info. Same thing happening for Radu. Neither of the two daring to commit just yet, as Radu now opens up the map. Debra does it simultaneously. 2 seconds left to work with. They're both out towards the west.
But it seems like they're in the same region.
It's gonna be
Radu a bit closer. once again getting a couple points.
Back-to-back round wins for Radu sits solid at 6k, but we know from Debray in the match we've seen previously that at any given moment can that be turned upside down.
And we are in a round.
I wonder, what is that flag or banner that's across the wire at the top? I don't know. I mean, it's not a country flag, I know, but maybe it's just like a region or a seat of where we are.
3 of the finals, first match moving. It looks like we are in Sri Lanka. We have a sign for Radu. I don't know if it will give the information he needs.
Going down the same side of the boat.
It's looking like he's on the map.
So one thing we could see while they're moving is the car. So in Sri Lanka, people say that they can see the French flag on the car. If you look at the back of the car, sometimes in coverage there, you'll see like a blue blur, a white back of the car, and the red blur. So if you've ever seen that or heard that meta, then that's why people say they see the French flag on like the Sri Lanka car. But it's only seen in some coverage, not always. So if you see that, you're most likely in Sri Lanka, but just because you don't see that doesn't mean you're not in Sri Lanka, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I've already where's Debray left out, and he has way more to work with right now.
That's way more text to work with, and of course, alphabet alone usually it's a pretty good indicator that Sri Lanka would be your go-to. Radu is going to go somewhat central, but a bit out east, and that's where Debray is scanning too. Wow!
Got there in the end.
That's what you expect to see at the grand finals of the World Championship. Correct city, just a few kilometers off as we go into round 4.
And once again, we see different approaches. We've seen Radu early in the map scanning for it, Debray moving a bit further out, but they both got there in the end. And now we are in central northern Turkey. Maybe is my guess for now. We didn't really have anything to confirm it.
I love that.
Sometimes I'm a bit quick, but we have Aksubilidiyes, which is actually east of Isparta, southwest in the country.
They prefers to find it.
There are actually 2 of them.
We have Aksu on the screen of Radu's truck there as well.
There's a couple Aksus in the country, I must say.
Yeah, but there's
Ooh, okay. I don't know who's right here, but on a 2.5 multi and being this far apart in Turkey, someone is about to lose a lot of points here unless it's in the middle. But Turkey's such a large country that even if you know like the country and you're on like the right side, like you could still lose like thousands of points, especially in a multi. So I think we're about to see someone lose a lot here.
Not in the same
Debray is in the biggest Aksu right now. But let me tell you something. It isn't.
The south side is where we are.
Oof. Okay. Ooh, okay. So 3,000 points lost. And now Radu is in yellow health, which is under half of the 6,000. So let's see who wins this match and if these multis are going to help one side or the other.
Just like that, swung off of Radu's health bar.
Big hit if you know your region names in Turkey.
Deep breath once more. Radu playing from behind. Feels like that has not been the case at any point throughout this tournament.
And this is one of the countries Radu is known to be very strong at. We are in Peru.
Peru is where we are. Gigantic country.
So something that I just saw a second ago, I think it was, I don't know whose side it was on, but it was these black and white stripes under like the stop sign or like the road signs on the side of the road. So if you feel South America vibes and you see that black and white stripe under the sign, then I think that means you're in Peru. I don't know if it's found in other countries, but that's usually one indicator that helps me determine like, or it helps me to differentiate Peru from the other like South American countries.
Really want to get this one locked down. Plenty of information to work with early on.
Looks like they are going different paths for now.
Debray got straight into the city. Radu's going opposite direction. Fortunately for him,
Yeah, if we just saw a second ago, I think on like Debray's side, there was the black and white stripes under the stop sign.
Able to find some housing as well, some signs on the side of the road.
Once again, I feel like it's kind of a different approach. Radu is on the map already, but Debray also looking for it while he's moving around on the side.
Both scanning for cities, trying to line up these big roads, trying to figure exactly where they are. Debray back on the main map again. So much info available, but how do you dissect it with just 5 seconds left to work with?
Looks like they both have a region guess for now, but it's still a big region by the hovering.
Yeah, some split in between the two. And it's gonna be on the side of Debre once more. Great guess come through to maintain his lead. But we go back to the tail of multipliers. And coming into round 6 now, stat at 3.5. Radu has plenty of space left in this game to make something big happen.
Amazing stuff happening so far, and once again we have the info very close to us saying Nueva Santa Rosa. We are in Guatemala. Radu on the map trying to find it. Isn't too confident about the place name, but always worth giving it a try. Opening the map. And he's going all over the places in Guatemala.
Of course, advertisements of this caliber could easily lead to a city on the opposite side of the country, so don't want to take any big risks if you...
Okay, so one big thing that can help you to identify Guatemala is the car. So we see a little bit on the right side, like the silver roof rack and the mirrors in the front. So if you see silver roof rack, mirrors in the front, and then no black blur in the front of the car, then you could be in Guatemala. I know a similar car can be found in other countries, but when you have that black blur in the front, which is not seen here, it can be found in the Curacao, in the Isle of Curacao. So Curacao car meta can look similar, but it has that black blur differentiating it from the Guatemala car.
Half the time, if you're given the time by your opponent, might as well try and see if you can get that pin down just a little bit closer to the right location.
There's about 20 seconds left here. Seems like both players aren't 100% confident because you can see them hovering all over the place.
Smaller country, but with these multipliers, damage could be huge. Should one player get it on lockdown? Radu on the southern side of Guatemala. So far, Debre set in the city proper. It's going to be out towards the east. Little to no info to go by with what they were given, but nonetheless, both within 50 kilometers as we now go into round 7.
Round 7 it is. Jumping right into it. And it looks like Latin America. We have some fencing along the road, very, very commonly found in Colombia, combined with this landscape. Something you can also look out for to get the country either yellow license plates or a cross on the back of signs.
Yeah, one of the first meta things you learn as a newcomer to the Geoguessr scene is the Colombian cross. At least for me and many more, that has been the case.
Just like the casters mentioned, some things that can help you identify Colombia from other countries in South America. So Colombian cross on like the back of like, stop signs. It's very unique. You can find it in the Plunkett guide when you're practicing learnable South America or Colombia. But also you can see on Radu's side on the left here, the license plate is yellow sometimes in Colombia. So I think Colombia is the only country in South America to have yellow license plates. So if you see a lot of them, most likely there. If you're in South America. Other countries have yellow license plates, but I think only in this continent, only Colombia does.
We have seen an insane guess from Radu in Colombia in this tournament already.
Yes. Definitely.
Known to be very strong in Colombia. Let's see if he can show it again.
Once again, plenty of info available on these street signs, on these storefronts, but it's about what's viable, what's useful, and so far, Debre has not liked what he's been seeing. Radu, on the other hand, put his pin down just moments ago, but 10 seconds left to go. They're still looking for that 5k intel.
And these are players who know each other, and Debre knows very well how strong Radu is, putting in some extra pressure on him.
1 second left to go. And it's gonna be Radu! Great play come through, 3,000 damage done, and just like that, he swings back and takes the lead, coming into round number 8. This could go all the way. Just above 2,000 health on both sides, with just 3 rounds left to play.
Round number 8. And I would say it looks like Cambodia, red dirt. And there's not much more to work with so far. We have a sign on Debre's end, but it's not looking too readable. He's getting a better look at it now. Going back to spawn, trying the other direction. Where's Radu's on the main road already?
Exactly, you would imagine that Radu has better info available, but yet to really get to any of it. Slow start on the ending there, but now, zooming down the street, Debre bit ahead of him, and now in a good intersection. Good sign coming up. Spins around. A lot of info available here too.
And Cambodia is the type of country where you have a lot of information, but it's usually in the home language, so you would need to read the Khmer script.
Scanning, trying to find the road. Rado lines up on the southwest side of the river. They're both in the nearby vicinity. And it's gonna be Debray once again with an incredible guess. Even a brief clap of the hands from Rado, respecting the great guess coming through on the other side, and that lead swings back and forth, and we only have 2 rounds left to play.
Yeah, considering the fact we have 2 rounds left, that's a very important lead to get for Debray, but still a very, very head-to-head health bar we see here. And up next, to me, it's looking like Kenya. A country that is not that easy to learn, but we are looking for a county name, and Debray has a good sign here.
We have a lot of Nairobi all over that sign, but is that misleading? We'll have to wait and see. Debray doesn't want to go into the city proper, goes further up towards the north. Rado is that way down towards the southern side here. This could easily end up being game. Distance in between the
Ooh, is that enough? That's enough. All right. So we got the first game going to Debray. I think that this is a best of 5. So moving, no move, moving, no move, and then no move pan zoom if it gets to a game 5. Let's see and jump into the next match.
Ahead, 1-0.
He saw his mistake. I think Rado needed more seconds for that round, but Debray really didn't give it to him.
Seeing the Rado fans cheering, hoping for this one to be turned around and fall.
All right, so the second game will be no move.
In the entire World Championship, Rado has lost a game.
Which is insane, Toby. We are talking about the World Championship.
Unheard of. But Debray pulled through. It took him 9 rounds to get there. But as the only player now sat with the lead, 1 step closer to lifting the World Championship trophy. As we go into game 2, we're headed into no move.
On to the next game mode, no move. The players will not be able to move around in this game mode. You are stuck in place, can look around, and that's all you have.
Out, rule, Brazil. That's where Debray is hovering immediately.
Looks like we have some coastal palms. Maybe. The soil is a bit sandy, could also put us maybe a bit further north in the country. Along the coastline of Brazil, you get a lot of these sandy soil.
Good thing the Brazilian coastline ain't that long.
And good thing, it could also be anywhere else in the country, which could be hundreds of kilometers away.
Debray's jump around here is over 1,000 kilometers in between. If this is a 50-50, this could be the most important 50-50 of either of these 2 players' careers. Luckily for them, it is round 1, so it won't be game, but Salvador is where Debray is going to send it.
Debray is deciding for the eastern coast, whereas Rado is going,
He's going
up north.
Just before Rado submits his guess, Brazil is such a large country. I feel like even though this is only like the first round, there's no multiplier, it's going to be several thousand points if it's not like in the middle between them. Yeah, I don't know. I just like, I'm not sure what state it's in, but yeah. Excited to see who wins here.
Saw Debray, unsure of the split. They're going on it.
Ooh.
Able to bring it home.
If there was any sort of multiplier on that round specifically, it could have been GG. I think like on a 2 round or on a 2 times multiplier, so in 2 rounds, it would have been like almost 6,000 points on just one guess with how far they were apart from each other.
Half the health bar of Debray gone in round number 1.
Talking about a difficulty of a round, not for Rado C.
Oh, Debray. He was up there, bounced back and forth, and in the end, Rado takes it away from him. Let's see if he can come back from this one.
Next round it is. We have a very flat landscape. First glance, I was thinking Europe. We have European style signages as well.
I love that little tractor sign that we keep seeing when they spin around. I don't know if that's only found in a certain country or not, but so cute.
Something you could consider with a very flat landscape are countries like
There is a blue, I think an orange blur on the back of the car. I don't know if that's something that was mentioned yet, but I don't know what country that's found in. But I did see that when they were spinning around.
Hungary, the Netherlands, France has some flat parts. There's a couple in Europe.
Don't tell Rado there's a chance this might be Hungary. The good thing for him is that Debra ain't thinking that way. Not looking for his home country, at least not right off the bat. He's down towards Montpellier. He's sitting on the southern coast of France.
Yep, I see a pole in distance, which is very commonly found in France. Also to be seen in Romania sometimes, but this shouldn't be Romania, so I do like his France guess. It seems like they are both in an agreement.
Debra locks in under 10 seconds to work with now for Rado. Only now as you open up his map, but as you're saying, he is on the southern side here as well, both from the coast. And look at these guesses coming through! Incredible! Show that these players...
It's kind of crazy to see how close both of them are guessing to each other with such little information available. Like, you know, pole tops not visible, language not visible, not really much card meta available. But yeah, very close guesses from both of them.
Are giving us right now, but nonetheless, Rado extends his lead.
Okay, so initially there were those red, like, I don't know what they're called, like little sticker things like in the guardrails. I'm not sure what country that means, but that's the first thing I noticed.
We are going over to round 3 of this matchup, and it's a fairly new country. It looks like Vietnam to me, a country that has a very long stretch.
In terms of new coverage, I think Vietnam is one of the newest. I know Namibia was also fairly new. I think it was added this year or late last year. And then I think Costa Rica just dropped a few days or weeks ago. But I don't know if that's going to be in these maps for the World Cup because it's so new. But yeah, lots of new stuff. And then I know they announced a couple new countries that are going to be added within the next year or two, I think. So exciting to see what countries we'll see. I remember one of them was Cyprus, one of the new countries that's being added within the next year or two. And I think another was Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm not sure exactly when they'll drop, but we'll see.
And it's very, very hard to reaching us as well. So even though we are only on 2x, I could see something happening here.
Rado going hard north to start things off. Debra, while looking somewhat south, put his pin down further up north, so they might be agreeing that we would be up towards Hanoi. At least that's where Rado locks in.
Of thumb is that you have more mountains towards the north, but they are also somewhat further south. Still a good guess, I would say.
An important one for Debra to turn this one into a more doable comeback.
And it looks like we are back in Kenya. My first vibe. Let's see if the players will find something to confirm it. We have a Rwanda hover from Debra.
What am saying from Rwanda here?
The vibes. The mountains, I guess. The mountains make more sense for Rwanda than Kenya in hindsight.
Well, Debra is brave enough to lock it in. We'll see if Rado is going to follow suit.
But he does decide for
Kenya.
Kenya.
Ooh, wait, they're in different countries. Okay. So Debra's in Rwanda, Radu's in Kenya. This is going to be a lot of points for someone on a 2.5 multi.
Split not too far from each other, but still.
Lake Victoria in between them, 2.5 times multiplier. If one lines this up perfectly, it could be good.
Kenya.
He's gonna be over now. It's gonna be game. Radu comes straight back into it. We have a 1-1 game on the line.
Toby, I don't know how to get the middle of.
So next will be a moving game since it'll be game 3. So moving, no moving, moving, no moving, no move can zoom. Let's see if we get to game 5 and jump right into this match.
I was split between the countries. I had a Kenya vibe. I would have never guessed in a minute.
They promised the game, and my oh my, are they delivering right now. An even score as we go back to moving once more for the final time here at the Geoguessr World Championships. Moving is on the cards.
And we are getting ready for the next moving game, which means the players are free to move around again, looking for some more hints, which you will love to see to make a guess. Let's send the players right in.
Trick around to kick things off, luckily for them. can get out of this position. Down
Or
towards
double white middle, white outer lines.
down towards the northeast.
Spanish language.
We are in northern Chile once again. It is very, very dry, but both players did spot the sign from their spawn, made their way there, and now they are looking to use it. Radu is quicker, and I must say that looked pretty good.
A rare instant lock-in from Radu. Usually double checks to confirm if there's any position that's better. Are we getting a 10K in the grand finals, guys? Yes!
The 10K!
Wait, a 10K! Ah! Okay. So a 10K, for like those of you who don't know, or for maybe you are just watching like the World Cup final reaction, 10K is when both parties get 5K, and getting a 5K, like even one person, is kind of insane because there's so many different places in the world you could be, but you have to be so close, and for both of them to be so close, like that is just like not something you see very often. So a 10K, especially in a grand final, is a great way to start this round.
Again, talk about a level of competition between these two.
Give players of this caliber a sign like that and it won't take a second to pinpoint you in this world.
That's what I get for calling it a hard starting location, I suppose. I'll eat my words on that one. A step right goes one direction, Radu seemingly going in the other, trying to get out of this small village, out to main roads where you have better info available.
Yes, and it is very sandy. It kind of gives me a northern Botswana vibe. We had some palm trees along around Maun and further north as well. Deborah right now a bit further north than Maun, whereas Deborah is clicking Maun for the safety standard guess.
Radu further towards the south. It's going to be out towards the west. Deborah closer this time around. First one to take damage as we make our way into round number 3.
That is a very, very good region guess within that northern region, giving him 500 points.
You know what? Any buffer you can get against the likes of Radu, you will take it any day of the week.
And it's looking like we are back in India. We had some fences in the beginning, which you commonly found around the northeast, but Radu in Odisha right now.
Yep, saw it on this side of the road there. I'm not sure Deborah has that info, not sure at all. Radu looking at the screen, usually there's an immediate reaction if he's not too satisfied with his guess. This one seems at least not uncomfortable with, but ooh, nice sign for Deborah to work with here as well. Goes to Odisha too.
All very small places. I don't think he will find any of those, but it's also looking like Radu isn't on it, and it's gonna be right between those players.
Great guesses from both players. Once more, Radu with the quick info, a rare quick send from him as well as we go into round 4.
Round number 4. And I've been talking about the poles. We have once again an electricity pole which you found in these Nusas Islands in Indonesia, and you see Deborah hovering over there.
Yo, shout out the Good Plonk song. If you know, you know. It's a Geoguessr original song that I wrote, and I'll link it down in the description, but the Noosa pole tops are in the lyrics for that song, so very cool to see the Noosa pole tops in this final match.
Immediately, Radu got to a sign which would probably tell him where he is. Indonesia are very, very helpful.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. Some sort of glitch.
While he's busy on one sign, Deborah is sending it down the street with even more signs available to him. It's gonna get him locked in. Seems like he's got the info there.
Deborah locking it in, very confident with his guess, whereas Radu is on Sumba Island right now. One island over. Going back to spawn, looking around, trying to get a feel for the valley, trying to get more precise.
Body of water in between the two. Let's see who's going to come out on top. It is going to be Deborah. Once more, 955 damage done, as he now is the one sat on a flawless.
And if you've gone into this competition with some India practice beforehand, Toby, it would have been pretty good because once again we are back in India.
Staying out in the east. To try to make their way down this side of the road. Again, plenty of information available, but what do you go with? What do you skip? How do you prioritize? What to stop and spend time reading when you only have 45 seconds left to work with?
And once again, they can use the Hindi language here to rule out a couple areas of the country. There's a lot of text on both ends. Debre deciding to move on, not look any further into that, whereas Radu is still trying to find something out of that.
Debre seeing the road sign, instantly going with the city off, and he might be onto something here.
Radu getting to a similar sign.
Yeah, but does he read it? Does he see the same info available? Is he going to go indoor? Yes, he will, but it's wave.
Okay. India is also a very large country, and even though they're in, I think, the same state, Madhya Pradesh, they could lose a lot of points here, so let's see who wins this.
Further down towards the south now, moving slowly further up towards the north, closing in on Debre's position. More readjustments happening, but Debre seeming so confident. Locks it down. 3,000 damage done to Radu as Debre flawlessly riding his way through this game of moving.
It took 2 seconds for Debre to make usage of that sign.
Incredible. Reddit recognized it, found the city immediately, and Radu now once again sat with his back against the wall.
And it looks like we are in Argentina right now, also one of the countries that Radu is a bit more confident in. He's known to be very, very strong in Latin America.
Yet again around where they go each their way down the road. We'll see who's going to end up
Lagos.
with better info. So far, neither.
I feel like I just got a Lagos location the other day in Argentina.
Oh my, are these roads going straight for a very, very long time when you only got 30 seconds to lurk?
I don't remember where it was.
I mean, ideally you want to drive down the road in the hope to find a mile marker. Those are very commonly found, but it looks like Radu has some information on this hub.
Yes, Municipado said on there we can't quite read the rest of the text just behind his map, but it looks good for him. Again, Debre scanning while driving, showing great mechanical skill in the game. He went just past the same sign that Radu has to work with. Now he goes for it, has the exact information available that Radu has to work with.
It could be a very, very small town, even though it is a municipality.
Seems like it might be. A little bit of distance in between the two here, but not too much, and they're both right on the money. But 500 damage done to Radu, not looking good. We are in round 7, though. We're hitting the 4 times multis. All Radu needs is Debre to crumble once. But seeing as how Debre is flawless thus far in this game, I highly doubt that's going to happen.
What will happen here? I've been counting countless strengths of Radu. One of them is the US, and it looks like we have an area code. Debre also very strong in the US, very good knowledge of area codes and county names.
Definitely 270 on the trash bin, but not enough for him to opt to lock a guess in early on.
But a player like Radu will also know his stuff in the US. Both very, very strong at it. It's a matter of who can get the right information quick and first.
That's the issue. Your Debre situation, you don't want to allow him to get a quick guess in, but you don't have enough to be sure that you're going to win the round with it.
And once again, he has an area code. In case the one on the trash bin earlier wasn't very visible.
Debre scanning cities continuously. Radu back to the streets. Found himself in a
Route
graveyard.
60.
We'll see if he can get out of there. If he opts to, or if he's going to spend the last 3 seconds on the map. Seems like he will indeed.
Both in the pocket of Kentucky.
It's going to be Debre closer once more, and that's going to be enough. Debre takes it to...
Alright, so Debre's won 2 matches so far, Radu's won 1. If Debre wins the next one, then he'll be the world champ. If Radu wins the next one, then we're heading to game 5, no move pan zoom. But it's a best of 5, and then the next game should be no move. So let's see what happens.
Winning both moving games against Radu's team.
From now on, I don't even know what to expect from this game. It was so hard to predict to start off.
My, oh my. Where Debre came in victorious game 1, Radu wasted no time responding in game 2. He's going to have to do the exact same here, because Debre sits with 2 match point games to work with. As we go into game 4, we're back into no move. Are we going to go the distance? We hadn't had a single NMPZ up until the bronze match just 30 minutes ago, but we might be blessed with them in back-to-back games. Here we go. Once more, Debre with a chance to bring it home.
Once more, and this looks exactly like the Northeastern Oregon round we had a couple games before.
Ooh, are they in the same state?
Washington.
I didn't get to
Seems
see
like
the
they're trying
zoom
to
on
scan
Debris'
for
side.
this river.
Got the train tracks, the bending road, the big wide body of water. Should be usable.
Both scanning along the Columbia River, which is a very long one. So finding the right angle, which is the technique Radosi is using right now, looking straight down the road with the compass north will give you a good feel on how it has to look on the map. And he's aligning it with it. It looks good. It is good.
5K.
Are we in a simulation? Are we playing repeat of game number 2? Starting off with a 5K in no move once more. Radu, you madman, trying to bring the momentum back in his favor.
Whew, a 5K to start off a no move game.
Wow. Game number 2 upon us. We stay rule for this one as well, but some buildings there in the distance to work with.
Yeah, and they do give me a vibe of Namibia.
Debra seems to
Get a
appreciate
quick
it
step
too.
from Debray in the middle of the country.
Middle Namibia Plum. Fair.
Right off the bat, going a bit further up towards the north.
I haven't learned any region guessing in Namibia, so I do not know who's closer here.
As he slowly maneuvers his way further back towards south, hovering between 2 cities, opts to commit to the northern one. And it's going to be even further up north than that, but great damage done here once again. 1100 chipped off the health bar of Debray.
Toby, what do you even use to go further north there? I don't understand it. I've been looking at the coverage in Namibia. It all looks the same.
I'm going to take one out of your dictionary. Vibes.
Vibes. Vibes it is. I'll give it to him.
Well,
Are we in the US again?
Round 3.
good vibes with it too.
Ooh.
Here we go, round number 3 upon us.
US or Canada, but
It's looking like we are somewhere in the plains. We have a red license plate. If we are in Canada, that's putting us into Alberta, where you commonly find red plates with a flat landscape. The further east you go in Alberta, the more flat it's getting, but you
ooh,
also
okay.
have those parts
Kind of the
in
Instaplonk in southern
Quick look
Alberta.
in from Radu, but I'm not liking his reaction on the webcam. He doesn't seem too pleased. It doesn't feel like a 5K Radu plonk to me. More of an estimate guess. We'll see if Debra gets better info than him early on. Some distance in between the two.
Ooh.
He does it again, and just like that.
That was an impressive because I feel like no move with like not even like a city name. I don't know how you line up the right city, like let alone the right province. But I guess the license plate color gives away the province there.
I mean, it technically wasn't. He was 4 points off, but my oh my, Radu, if that's you and comfortable, I don't know what you look like on a 5K anymore. Here we go, round number 4. Debra this time with his back against the wall, wanting to finish it here and now. Does not want to have to go through NMPZ again.
Starting off here, they take a good look on their car, on the surroundings. I would say it looks like Sweden. With everything we have, the poles fit, the car would
Finland.
fit.
Huh.
One of the other options is
I don't know if that's,
Finland,
like,
where Debra
just
is
a temporary
hovering
clump.
right now.
Have enough distance in between those two countries, but Debra...
Estonia.
This one should he be off on a 50-50. Radu still yet to open his map. You only have these houses to work with.
Ooh, wait, one in Estonia, one in Sweden. Wait, this is gonna be so many points here. Dang, okay. Alright, so 2-2. That means we're going to game 5, which is no move Panzu. So instead of being able to, like, you know, move around, go down the street like you would in moving, or even just like spin around, you know, see your car like you would in no move, this is one still image. You can't zoom in, you can't, you know, like go look around at the car. It's just what you see is what you get and what you're basing your guess off of. So really excited to see this game 5. I feel like it's gonna be really intense. They both have 2 wins here, so let's see who's gonna be the world champ after this game.
Toby, we are getting blessed right now. Going on into NMPZ on this matchup. Radu C versus Debra. You've been talking about their path to get here, and it's also going all the way into distance to play NMPZ.
Copenhagen, it is now guaranteed that this will be the final game of the 24-25 season. So please, come with me and count down this final NMPC of the season. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! This must be so hyped to see in person. Ugh, I wish I could have seen it in person. Alright, NMPZ.
A still freaking image. It's all you get. We already have a login. Radu, no, wait, it's Debray. Debray logged in.
That was quick, Toby.
We barely
That was a very quick guess.
He's up on the northern Serbian border, up towards Hungary. We have Radu further towards the west. Timer running out.
Is that his strategy? Does he want to run some?
Whoa.
Does he just know something?
Wait, we didn't even get to see the image before Debray guessed, and it was already like right there. Oh my gosh. Above 4.9.
Ever, no emotion, no reaction. We barely even started the game, and he's already on it.
I don't know what to say, Toby.
No clue
I don't know
either.
what to say. I don't know what to expect.
Are we gonna go at the same pace here? Debray going fast once more, looking down towards Thailand.
Thailand it is. We have these type holes. They are square. We have the dots in them. The somewhat long insulators, very commonly found in the country. He's playing it safe in the middle. I don't really have a good vibe for where we could be, Toby.
No, Radu seemingly wanting to go further down towards the south.
They are both playing it fairly safe, not committing to any direction.
Exactly, not enough info to go by here, and it's gonna be up further towards the northeast. Still though, Debray able to...
Thailand's very hard to reach and guess.
He wanted to bring it home in the previous one. Not able to. We'll see if he can now do it here. Let us hear you, Copenhagen. Who are you cheering for? These guys are playing the game of their lives. Let it be loud. And let them hear your support. We need
I feel like they're so far apart, even though they're both in Russia.
North of Kazan in Russia.
And we have a very good plan to use this at Hawk Week. This is very
Okay, they're getting
commonly
closer
done
to
in
each
that
other.
region, and both these players know it.
Okay, not a lot of points there, but the first point's off of Debray for this final game.
That Radu strikes back, trying to even the odds, coming in to round number 4.
We are out on a dirt road.
Just want to say, whenever I play No Move Can Zoom, I know probably not super relevant right now, but I always instinctively am like, you know, trying to like zoom or like scan. So I think I just like saw that. But yeah, that's because of me being a moving main. But yeah, looks like we're in the US right now.
Round 4 of this NMPZ.
Or Canada. Someone in Canada. Oh, no. Okay.
We have a mailbox in a distance, commonly found in both the
Okay.
US and in Canada.
Looking in around Toronto.
Both are kind of very similar areas to each other. Oh, moving further apart though.
Talking with himself about the guess.
Ooh, okay.
Just not happy to be right on it, I guess.
So many 4.9 plus guesses, which is crazy.
2,000 damage now, setting him comfortably in the lead, but remember everyone, this is NMPZ. Anything can happen in here.
I have a very hard time in reading Radu here. Because it's looking like he's not happy with his guess, but
He is the-
left and right.
He is the mystery man after all. Let's see here. Debray, very early.
Greece.
Get his map up.
White outer lines, stone
Italy,
walls.
now looking at Greece. Seems
Both of them
like-
in Greece, kind of
Radu's
similar
left,
area.
Yeah,
Call it.
exactly. Beautiful old lamp in Greece.
Helping to get the country, however, usually a hard country to reach and guess, but it's looking like they both commit towards the west.
Somewhat nearby one another as well. Let's see who's going to be closer in this one. It's going to be Debray once more.
Wow.
Opposite side of the country, so damage will be small, but trying
So both
the
guys
best
very
of his ability to claw back.
So you can see here, like both guys very similar to each other, but we're both around 1,000 points away from the correct location on the other side of the country.
Back in this one.
It looks like they got the coastal vibes. However, they are on the wrong side.
Okay.
Round 6 it is.
I have no idea what country
And
this
what
is.
do we have?
Okay.
It is a very,
Looks like
very
Mexico,
rural
maybe?
location.
And oh, I'm not
Let's
liking this
see if
reaction
they
from
are
Debray.
both agreeing with that.
He's seemingly confused about
Because we have a split to
Ooh! Wait, okay, wait. I do not know who's right here. But we got one Mexico, one Chile, and with a 3.5 multi, I mean, it's just, this is the end, unless it's like in between in Ecuador somehow. But yeah, I think we're about to see our world champ in about I think we're about to see the world champ once I unpause. So let's see and find out together.
Could be game. This very
4
well
seconds left.
could be the end of it.
This will decide the winner.
Who's gonna win?
And
Okay.
your Geoguessr 20.
All right, looks like Radu is our world champion. That was a pretty crazy guess because there was like no information that I could find as in that one still image to help me identify that it'd be Chile. But yeah, what a close guess and a really cool final match because we got to know Panzoom. But let's see what some of the final thoughts are from the analysts and from the players themselves.
World champion. Geoguessr World Champion 2025. What does it mean to you?
Insane. Oh my god. Thank you guys.
All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for today. So if you enjoyed watching me react to the Geoguessr World Championship final match, let me know down in the comments. Also interested to see what everyone's thoughts are on the round limit and the format of this tournament because I know it's a little bit different from last year. So thank you so much for watching this video. Congrats to everybody who participated in the tournament and to Radu for winning the tournament. And also shout out all the Geoguessr devs and people who put on this wonderful event for such an entertaining time. And also shout out to the side event and for everyone who collaborated and helped to sponsor this event. And I can't wait to see what we have for the World Cup next year. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to French Vanilla and have a great day.